What's up, guys? So I wanted to go over the watch list going into this next week. Um, Taking a look at the charts. So let's go look at QQQ and SPY and start there. So the first thing is what happened here. So we made new all-time highs in the Qs. Now we're selling off and pulling back. We blew through the 21 EMA. What kind of triggered this? Well, we can see here that if we go to the 30-minute time frame, we can kind of see first we had we based out here and we're chopping around. Then we started getting this uptrend, solid buy signals. Then they stopped working. We chopped again. Then we broke down here and started to sell off after these sell signals. And so this took us down about 700 points. So overnight. So that turned out to be a really nice move. Um, and so that's what we essentially what happened this week in terms of Friday going to OPEX. So that's what happened with this trade. So now what we're looking for is it brought us back to the 21 EMA. Similar thing for SPY. Now what we're looking for is okay, what are we gonna what's gonna happen next? So now we're kind of in a lot of demand here. So there's a lot of support. There's a lot of people that traded shares and traded hands here. We have to see, okay, are we gonna get two closes below the 21 EMA? Typically that will signal a trend change. It did not do it here, but it did it here, did it here, it did it here. And so not necessarily a trend change, but a follow through for the next few days. So we just have to be aware of that. Okay. And then from there, what we're looking for is um, what happens next. And so now we're kind of in a sit and wait mode. If you can see based on the histogram, basically what's happening is we had a squeeze, move to the upside. Now we're reverting to the mean. Now we're going to probably build another squeeze unless we completely dump. Um, and that may happen uh, in hopes to correct this here, the put call ratio. And also what's interesting, as you can see here, the dollar has been ripping. So that was probably a good uh, telling sign of that. And rates have been pushing up as well. So just a few things to take into consideration. VIX popping up as well. Um, and yeah, okay. So now what we're looking at is if we go back to the NQ chart, we had this move. Now we're back at the 21 EMA. Same thing. We don't need to look at ES because it's literally the same thing. So, with all that being said, now we have to see what happens next. So the first thing is, can we get two closes below the 21 on the daily time frame? If that happens, then we can start to be looking more bearish. If then we're looking at, okay, can it break the daily 50? It breaks the daily 50, then we'll probably continue to see a flush further down. And 20,000 looks to be a pretty key support level. So we've got a lot of support below. So we're just going to have to see what ends up happening. We'll see early next week. Next week, we'll probably get a pretty good indication. Are we going to hold up, trade sideways, build another squeeze, or are we going to fall? Um, and you can see here, it's just a pullback to that 8 EMA on the 21 or on the weekly time frame. ES the squeeze has not fired off either, but this hasn't been a move back to the AEMA yet. So, um, all things to take into consideration. All right. So from there, what we're looking at is kind of the watch list. And so Exxon, I don't think I'm going to play this one for now. I'm going to wait for it to start to break out, and then I can play it after that. But this monthly time frame looks really good for a continuation to the upside. We're printing buy signals. We're holding the 8 EMA. And I think it's just a matter of time before we pop off and make a move into 130. But potentially we can make a move up into that 150. Energy looks like it's ready to break out. This thing looks like it's ready to break out in the coming months. And these signals have worked excellent for the recent past, or really on the monthly time frame. And you can see that the relative strength is increasing on this here. Um, and you can see we had nice moves up here, here, here on all of the buy signals that I printed. We had a nice sell off here on the sell signals. So what I'd be looking for is a nice breakout on ExxonMobil. Next we have Net. So this one we were in earlier this week and caught a nice move on, but um, we took that trade off today because today's Friday. We took off the rest of that position. I want to see if it can reclaim the 21 and then we can potentially take it to the upside. So I do like that. This is one of the better looking charts in the market, in my opinion. Got the green 10x bars and it's looking pretty solid. LLI, this stock has been a beast to slow grind up. So any pullbacks, we want to look to see if we can buy them, especially with buy signals printing and a weekly squeeze. But I don't like this divergence here where we're seeing this continuing to make new lows while this is continuing to make new highs. But can't deny the chart. K-view, this one looks like it's breaking out of a base. So we're breaking out of this base at around $22. And now I think we have a spot where we can move up to 25 and then potentially a new all-time high. So with this one, we're just looking at the fact that we've got a 4-hour squeeze. It looks like it's popping back into that. So any pullback into this support level here, I would look to buy this at around I like that support area around 2350. So let's keep an eye on that one for a potential breakout. Uh, T, this is one of the best looking charts out, daily charts out there right now. The only problem is that it's a little bit, it's a very slow mover, but we can see here we had a really nice, but the options contracts are cheap. So when it moves, the move is typically pretty good. So if we're looking at this, you can see here, we've got buy signals here and we had a really nice move to the upside. So I'm looking for a similar pattern because this looks very similar to this. And I'm looking for, okay, can we break out of this consolidation pattern and get a move higher and a push up into potentially like 2350-ish. So this chart looks good. And yeah, so let's keep an eye on that one. That's one of the better daily charts out here. I'd like to see a little pullback so we can catch it at a lower price. LUV, this airlines have been rocking recently. Pretty salty. I missed this one because I literally had my alert set here. It came down to that EMA, and this was probably a good enough support level to take the position, but it pulled back, got bought up right there off the 8 EMA, and unfortunately is now making that move to the upside. So if we can't get a pullback in this, I'll have to sit on the sidelines, but it is a good looking chart. Another one I was looking at was AAL. This one's got buy signals as well, so I'm going to add that to the watch list. I just need a pullback to support, and then we can look for continuation on this name as well. This looks like it might want to go to $15. So we go to MA. This is also okay. I've said this a couple times, but this is actually the best looking chart in the market right now, in my opinion. Clear trend, strong trend, great looking stock. What I'm looking for is can we or we've got the buy signal. Now I'm looking to try, I want to take a position on this as when I can. Probably next week I'll be looking to take a position on this. I'd like to pick it up right around support right here. So if we can get that there, that'd be awesome. So this is probably, we want to move this to the top of the watch list, move that down. And yeah, can probably take that one off. So then from there, DLR, this is also a great looking chart. I'm waiting for the 4-hour to print a signal that we can take and trade to the upside. but you can see here this thing is consolidating. You got this cup and handle looking pattern, and you can see this here is kind of moving to, or the relative strength is kind of moving higher as well, making new highs. Then the 4 hour for CCJ, it got some news that came out today and sold off pretty quickly. I'd like to see it above this 4 hour 50, and then I would want to take it to the upside. So this is a good looking stock, and I think that we could catch a nice move on this one as well. We just need uranium to get above its 4 hour 50 and back above its 21 EMA. But you can see the relative strength is starting to move upside, so that's interesting as well. CCJ, similar story, but if I was going to take one, I would take CCJ before that one. Because you can see it's uh it's got a better looking chart than um uranium. Coin, this one has just been strong. I would like to find somewhere where I can buy it. Uh, but yeah. And then yeah, that comes down to that's the watch list. Those are the things that I'm watching into next week in terms of daily charts, 4 hour charts. And then from there, we'll kind of see what else pops up next week. But initially, this is my watch list that I want to keep my eye on into next week. So I hope this helps. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.